everyone, this is Sarah Berman with Practically Writing, and today we are going to be talking about that thing that is on everybody's mind. You know what I'm talking about. It's small, it's persistent, it crashes your dinner party like a drunken frat boy. Not that kind of corona. Come on, guys. Oh my gosh. That's right, we're talking about writing in the time of COVID-19. So there are a few things that we're just going to talk about and keep it short, simple, nothing too scary, FYI. Because if you want the scary news, go to Comedy Central like the rest of us. As usual, don't forget to click subscribe to get notifications on the channel. Make sure you click the little notifications button, because apparently just saying you want to subscribe to my channel isn't enough to actually get notifications. You also have to assure people that you want notifications. So, I guess if you don't want notifications, you don't have to, but seriously? Of course you do. As per usual, I will have announcements at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. And of course, don't forget to click like on this video in particular, as well as subscribing to my channel, because this video needs your love. Is it just me, or has the world just completely exploded? Like 2 weeks ago, we were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And now it's like, yeah, we're all gonna die. Well, maybe not. Sometimes. Okay, I'm at home with 2 children, and my husband was laid off, so I'm fairly certain one of us isn't getting out alive, and I'm not entirely certain it's going to be me. It is stressful. So, I can't be the only person in this situation. Lots of people have gotten laid off, and it's almost impossible to find work-at-home jobs. In the best of times, and they have all been snapped up so hardcore, with the children home, with my husband home, 24/7, and we peek out the windows to see if there's still human beings alive outside, and yeah, okay, I'm kidding. We go outside a couple of times a day, make sure we actually move around and stuff, but we had to initiate a schedule for everyone just to be able to keep people on track. And let me tell you something. If I did not have a home screen, if I did not have this, let's see, oh no, come back. See, it says the time and the date, and it says, did you see it says that means it's Thursday. I know what day it is. It's a miracle. Yeah, we don't know what day it is. We barely know what time it is. It's like, is it morning? Well, the sun's still out, so we should probably be moving around and such. We got no clue. It is just, so unstructured, so untethered. I have no idea how people do this. Even working from home, I always had the kids' schedule to kind of anchor my own schedule around. And now it's a free-for-all. It's crazy. But of course, I'm not the only person to be going through this. And the whole point is, we still trying to write. We still trying to do our marketing. We're still trying to do our editing. We're still trying to get these things done. And let me tell you something. Animal Crossing and Tiger King, not helping. I don't actually indulge in either one of those, but I indulge in similar situations. So, I have the shows that I like to watch, and I have the games I like to play, and those could happen 24/7 easily, let me tell you. So it's kind of hard to keep that focus and to actually get our stuff done during this time. So we're going to talk about some of the unique things about being a writer during this time. Okay, so just to be clear, now more than ever, people are needing art. It really doesn't even matter what form it is. Looking at you, Tiger King. Just saying. saying. Just saying. It doesn't have to be high art. It just has to be flippin' entertainment. And honestly, because of so many people being laid off, the cheaper the better. So there's a lot of pressure to give out freebies. And, the thing is, I kind of look at it like reader magnets, and really effective reader magnets at this point. This is a time when people are going to read a whole lot of things that they might not normally read, not because they're not interested, but because, when you have a very limited time, then you end up being like weirdly particular. This even extends to like TV shows. I know so many people who have difficulty starting a new TV show just because it's new. Like, they're absolutely interested in it, but it's new. And apparently there's like this psychology thing that happens, but I haven't really looked into it, so I'm not going to go into that. But there's reasons that people do not get into new things, and that includes new authors. So now is a time when people are indulging a lot more in that. And it's a good time to get in and get on people's radar for future sales. So probably not going to help, this month or next. But it's probably worth, doing a sale or a giveaway or two. Another thing is figuring out your writing time. Like I've talked about, having too many people in the home is really distracting. But not having anybody, like if you happen to live alone, first of all, can I trade you places? And second of all, been there, done that, just as frustrating in its own ways. Especially if you have to stay home, like 99% of the time. You can get really, really, like, you just kind of end up bouncing off the walls for no reason other than there is no input. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert. If you're an introvert, you still need some human contact, some input somewhere. You may last a little bit longer than your extroverted counterparts, but eventually you're gonna like draw a face on a frickin' volleyball and, call it your new best friend, because we need human contact. We have to have it. I highly recommend doing video chats. If you have a group of people that you usually write with, take it to video. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so worth it to have people be able to just like interact with each other, even if it's voice only, even if it's just a video chat, whatever. And to also maintain a certain semblance of normalcy within this really not normal situation. So taking like a regular meeting that you have and moving it to video chat, if you have a group of people that you usually write with, take it to video. Now that includes things like write-ins, word sprints, writing clubs, critique clubs, book clubs. If you've been thinking about starting one, now would be a great time to do that and start it on video chat. Everybody needs stuff to do. Desperately. We desperately need stuff to do. Why? Because Tiger King's a popular thing, and that just can't be. No. Faith in humanity crumbling. Ugh. Another interesting aspect of this whole entire situation is if you follow the news, you get a lot of hints of this, but there's a lot of stuff going on. From a biomedical standpoint, from an economic standpoint, from a political standpoint, from a politico-economic standpoint, from an ecological standpoint. Just so much stuff is going on. If that is ever anything that you write on, now is a really great time to dive deep into what people are seeing happening with all of the self-isolation, with the way that societies are dealing with it, with this entire situation. Not just self-isolation, but also The medical community and the economic situation is huge. I mean, in the United States, like, we're looking at a 40% unemployment rate, and for an economy that, about half of us are living paycheck to paycheck, that's not a good sign. It's going to be super interesting to see how that works out. Not so much interesting to live through, but interesting to see how that plays out, because that is going to feed into, if you write dystopian, if you write any kind of futuristic punks, anything like that, this is going to be major fodder for stories. Major. If you are having difficulty focusing on, just sitting down and writing, maybe you got a 5-year-old jabbering in your ear, maybe you got, a silent house that is just driving you insane, that's fine. Research is part of the writing process. Take the time to dive into these really fascinating subjects. And don't forget to share it. Let other people know the things that you've found. I personally would love it if you would comment below and tell me what you're looking into, what fascinating thing about this situation you've discovered or, heard about. If you write spec fic, sci-fi fantasy, anything like that, oh my gosh, the number of thoughts going through the head are insane. I mean, it's fascinating. Gotta go Vulcan on this. So some of the things that I'm doing, obviously doing some of this research because it is super cool. Okay, I am a total nerd. I agree completely. I'm a geek and I know it. Aside from kind of delving into this stuff, some of the things that I'm doing is NaNoWriMo is doing some special stuff to encourage people to stay home and write, essentially. I've been kind of following that a little bit. I'm also doing Camp Nano, which is for the month of April, and I'm working on some short stories that I need to get done. I've also established a schedule that kind of keeps me doing stuff, and part of this, if you watched my goals video, hint hint nudge nudge, I said that I was going to be developing a schedule for a weekly schedule. So on Mondays I do XYZ, on Tuesdays I do ABC, and now I don't know what letters are left in the alphabet. So I've been working on getting that finalized, and it's actually a bi-weekly schedule, so I have an every other week kind of thing, which I think will pace it nicely. The big thing is actually sticking with the schedule, because it is so easy to stay up late playing games and watching videos and things like that. That does not help with getting up in the morning and getting things going in a timely fashion. Still working on that aspect, but it's going. Because, I'm doing this. This does not wake up that pretty. I know you're shocked, right? I have to prepare. I have to put on a shirt, not pants. Not wearing pants. So in the past, I've had a lot of difficulty keeping myself on that kind of a thing. Adhering to a schedule is going to be my big, super important thing for getting stuff done. The truth is, it takes as long as it takes, and we just need to figure out ways to survive it. Not just because, not just living through it, but actually living through it with some part of ourselves intact. A little shred of dignity that I've been clinging to for the past several years. Protect that shred. I think that it's going to be relatively easy to survive, but it's going to be very, very difficult to thrive. Whether you take that to mean financially, mentally, emotionally, as an author, whatever, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. So, our best bet is to support each other and video chat like all the time. Oh my gosh. And just like help each other out, you know, help an author out. Hopefully, you've gotten a little bit of, if not advice, then satisfaction watching me ramble about this crazy, crazy situation. Of all the things that I expected to happen in my life, this was not on that list at all. And it's just so weird. Because it's like, it's not even not normal, it's just so surreal. It's like every day's Saturday. Announcements. I am making evil plans. I am looking to do some giveaways and get rid of some ebook readers and do some ebook giveaways, etc., etc. With this new schedule that I'm doing, I have actually set aside a day to work on things like this. You can still find all of my books on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and various things. Links are below. I am almost done with the Switchblade tattoo, so that's going to be in beta reads soon. So if you are at all interested in beta reading, make sure you sign up for my beta reading newsletter. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. Remember, supporting me supports the arts. Why? Because I am an artist of a sort. I am an artist of words, one of many. Support lots of us. It only takes like $1, maybe $2 a month. That's not bad. I mean, I'll use the money for alcohol. Hand sanitizer. That's what I meant to say. Hand sanitizer. You can follow me on all my social media. Again, links are below. And my new website, Our Own Worlds. So check out all of the great authors on that site. Don't forget that there are a lot of people who are considered essential workers in this time of self-isolation. If you can't help them financially with personal protective equipment, then at least respect their space and their jobs by remaining patient. A lot of places are changing up how they're doing things. Remaining distanced. Yes, there's a certain amount of that cannot happen, but there's a certain amount of that can. So respect people's need for maintaining certain distances and respect what people are trying to get done, and remember, everybody is stressed out. And don't forget to wash your hands, cover your mouth, and we'll get through this together, but distanced. You guys have a good day. It crashes your party like a party crasher. Love me. Love me. Love this. Baby, I need your loving. Got to have all your loving.